A good pre-job is communication and understanding what needs to be done to make it go smoothly. We'd all meet at the job site, gather in a circle, and we'd go through it and we'd talk about our scope for the day, some things we might expect, questions we may have, things we may run into. And then we'd go around and make sure everybody understood their job assignment and their task for that day.
Since 2003, a team from SRNS and SRNL have remotely inspected the H Canyon air exhaust tunnel's structural integrity. As the nation's only nuclear chemical separations plant, H Canyon is a vital resource. The facility's multi-level ventilation system mitigates the release of radioactive and chemical contamination to the environment by routing process air to a series of sand filters. SRNL's Research and Development Engineering Group custom designs and builds unmanned ground vehicles, known on site as canyon crawlers, to inspect more than 1,000 feet of the tunnel's walls and ceiling.
This crawler we developed from scratch. So we bought the motors, we programmed the motors, we did all the control system. Other than the cameras, you buy those from the factory. We had a different drive system with the motors. We went from DC power to AC power. The inspection camera itself was a 4K camera from a 1080p camera, so we had better resolution.
Every inspection presents new challenges. A wet spring in summer resulted in pooled water in a section of the tunnel known as the pond. The team utilized a crawler from 2015 to deploy a sump pump to the low spot and siphon the obstruction, clearing a path for the 2022 inspection crawler.
You never know what you're going to get till you put the camera in there and kind of look around and see the depth. We can go through some pretty deep sand and mud, but we were dealing with 14 to 16 inches of water. And when you have mud underneath that, then it's really hard to drive.
SRNS H Canyon operations team provided critical logistical and safety support.
So the operations personnel we used during this evolution were from our facility support day operations team. This really isn't something we do every day. So essentially this was a hand-picked team. That team is well versed in new or difficult evolutions, so they understand the hazards associated with it. And it took a lot of communication, a lot of coordination, a lot of effort inside a very congested area in the manway building to keep it safe. Just kind of being your brother's keeper, performing peer checks, self-checks, communicating and being aware at all times. You have 2 pair of PCs on, 2 pair of coveralls on underneath the plastic suit. And then of course, 10 mil plastic suit, fresh air supplied, many layers of gloves. So anything small that takes precision is difficult. Not to mention you have 4 to 5 plastic suit hoses that create additional tripping hazards, tangle hazards inside the manway building.
With the pond drained and the inspection crawler deployed, the team inside the command trailer got to work. The process is slow and deliberate, requiring patience and focused team effort.
What we do with the inspection is we're comparing it to our design drawings and our qualification calculations. So we have physical landmarks that we are looking at in the tunnel during our inspection. And the landmarks to me is rebar showing? Do I see a column there, like the drawing? Does it look straight, square? Do we have right angles? Do the expansion joints, are they there? Can you see the expansion joint material? You don't want to miss anything because you don't get a second chance.
The team has also been beta testing LiDAR, a laser imaging, detection, and ranging technology on one section of the tunnel since 2019.
LiDAR shoots a laser beam and then it measures the interior dimensions of the tunnel. It gives us a quantifiable measurement, which is something that the visual through the crawlers does not give us. So we're comparing them, what the measurements are, to determine is there a rate of change. We can start to answer the question, how long is this tunnel going to service us?
With increased understanding of the technology, the team plans on expanding LiDAR on future inspections.
I think anytime we can deploy a crawler into the tunnel and get it back, I think that's success. That's the whole point of the mission.
As far as lessons learned from our performance of the evolution, I think everything went really well. We all worked as a team to really think through what we had, what we needed to do to accomplish it effectively and efficiently.